What's up, YouTube? So, post-game analysis from Monday Night Football last night. As you all know, I took Kim to see a Bills game for the very first time. It was very special. She loved it. They lost, which sucked, but it was an amazing experience. Why did they lose? Well, they were outcoached. A lot of bad calls, horrible play calling, horrible officiating, horrible team in general. A very overrated, mediocre football team. One-dimensional is the word that comes to mind because when the weather is that bad, when it's raining, snowing, winds, when you have high precipitation, what do? You run the ball. Why was New England successful? Because they ran the ball. Buffalo knew they were running the ball. They stacked the box on the line to prevent the run. They couldn't do that. They made adjustments in the fourth quarter. Why didn't you do that in the first and actually stop that 60-plus yard run that was the ultimate play of the game? Why did you go out there and just chuck the ball around? And the fact that Allen was able to complete, 15 passes or so? I mean, or however many, I don't think it was that many, but the fact that he was able to make some of those passes and they caught it, that's pretty awesome. But they knew that they can't run the ball, so they exploited that. Zach Moss is not worthy to be in the NFL. Neither is Devin Singletary. Matt Breida, he's good, but you can't fumble the ball, and he fumbled right at the tip of the red zone. So you're not worthy either. Sorry. This offensive coordinator, who's supposed to be an offensive mastermind, is really a joke this season. I mean, it took 1 year for teams to catch up to, you know what, Buffalo, okay, we know what you're doing, so we're going to, we'll be prepared. And you're seeing this with a lot of NFL teams, Kansas City in particular. If you were to turn on the TV back in, say, 2005 or 6, around that time frame, you would see a completely different NFL. Back then, it was more smash mouth football, as it was for, since the 60s. Since the NFL was, became known. It was a running, you see a lot of, power formation, I formation type offenses. Well, you don't see that anymore. It's all spread formation. And it's a very pass-heavy league nowadays. But guess what? Teams are catching up to it. You can't just sit back there and chuck the ball and, do an aerial attack and expect to win anymore. Because teams are playing against it, whether they're playing their safeties deep or just, planning and preparing for how to, slow down these awesome quarterbacks. Look at Patrick Mahomes and what the Chiefs have done this year. They're not doing good. They have a great defense. So that's what's kind of keeping them going. Buffalo has no running attack. They don't have, their offensive line, they're okay, but you don't have a power back that can carry your team during weather games like this. And that was evident. And they didn't make any adjustments until the fourth quarter to prevent New England from running the ball. When they finally did, it slowed them down. But it's a very disappointing team because we came into the season with such high expectations. Buffalo's always had a somewhat of a decent running game. We had Jackson and Spiller. We had LaShawn McCoy, which was pretty awesome. Dating all the way back to Cookie Gilchrist, O.J. Simpson, Joe Cribbs, Thurman Thomas. Even Thurman Thomas's backup, like Kenneth Davis. Who was the guy? when Doug Flutie was playing. Antoine Smith. He was a great example of a power back. He's more like Derrick Henry. And that's why Tennessee is so good, because they have a very good running game and they can also pass the ball. They don't have like Ryan Tannehill. They're not like oh my gosh, their offense is unstoppable. But no, they can get back there and get it done when they have to. And teams will have to play, okay, well, we know they can run, but they can also pass. And that's a very difficult offense to stop, because you can't stack the box, nor can you pull your safeties back and play them deep to spy on the quarterback or prevent the pass. So yeah, then we had Willis McGahee, Travis Henry. I don't know if you want to call him in, but yeah, he had 1,500 yards one year. Marshawn Lynch. So we've always had good running backs, and until now, I don't think we've had a 100-yard running back, or a running back that's achieved over 100 yards rushing since McCoy. Am I wrong? I mean, somebody please tell me if I am, because I haven't seen Singletary go over 100 yards yet. Maybe he has. I don't know. The point is, they might make the playoffs. If they do, it's going to be lucky. It's going to be like one of those 17 from the 2017 where they made it on that last play by, it was like a once in a lifetime. They'll have to go 11-5, which I don't see happening. They definitely won't get a home playoff game, and it's really very sad. But it's just part of the NFL. Life is tough, and hopefully this will be a lesson learned. Next year they need a decent running back, or they need to invest in the ground game. This is one thing they should have done during the offseason, was find a running back that can carry your team, or at least give you that multi-dimensional attack, because we don't have that now. Even with Allen being a running quarterback, a dual threat, I mean, that would be awesome if we had somebody that could complement that. How did the defense do? If they would have made those adjustments earlier, yes, but they got manhandled. They could not tackle, and we were sitting right there. And we're just sitting there like, how are they just getting, how are they missing this? Well, for one, they're bull rushing too quickly. They're not waiting. If they would be a little more patient, and some of these tackles they could have been prevented. They could have been. They could have taken him down if they just. And I think a lot of it comes to planning and preparation. And again, you had 10 days, so it's almost been 10 minutes of yakking. So I'm gonna shut up now, because I'm home. I'm tired, and it was a great game. Hopefully, we will definitely see better games. So, until next time, over and out.